Alright, so yesterday we were just working with word problems. Today we're going to continue working with our assignment from yesterday. But today's going to be more focused on renaming our slope because simply using the counting method where you just go up by grid lines and over by grid lines, that's not going to work today on some of the problems. So, we have the situation. The Johnsons are putting new carpet in their home. Installation is $300 and it costs $4 per square foot. Total price of the job as a function is shown in the graph. So, write an equation that represents the total price as a function of area. So how would we go about writing a function for this? Yep, we have to find our M and our B. M equals, B equals. So what's our M in this situation? $4. $4. And what's our B? 300. And where do you guys get those?
The installation is $300 and the carpeting costs $4 per square foot.
Right, so this is base price of getting carpet. It's going to be $300. That's just by itself. Then the M of $4, that means that every square foot we get more, it's going to increase our price. So what would our equation be for this one?
Y equals 4x plus 300.
Mm-hmm. All right. Alright, so next one, it says using the graph, identify the slope and describe its mean. So just from our graph, what slope do you guys think it has?
A positive slope.
A positive slope, right? So we have one point here. What's this point that I'm putting right there?
Your y.
Our y what?
Our y-intercept.
Our y-intercept, and what is it?
300.
300, that's right. So let's go about right here on 100. So another point on 100, 700.
Mr. Cullen, why did you choose that point?
I don't know, I just like that point.
Oh,
Yep.
well, there's a good reason. Okay, class, can you tell me, how do you determine which points you're going to select on a line? You just stick a point on there somewhere, plot a point on there somewhere and say, okay, I'm just going to figure out what the coordinates are? Cody?
When you're picking where you want your second dot, you always make sure that it is on a horizontal and a vertical.
So an intersection of grid lines so that you can tell, you can give a better estimate of what the coordinates are? Right, okay, good,
Right.
thank you.
Yep, so from this point, how far up do we have to go?
7.
Or 2 kids 7.
1, 2, 3, 4. So we have to go up 4, that's what that arrow means. And how far over do we have to go?
Just do that underneath.
Right here.
You're doing B right now?
Yeah.
Jesus, do it underneath B, can you keep it together?
Yep. So we go up 4. How far over do we go? 4 to the which direction? Right. That's right. So what does this simplify down to? 4 over 4. Right, so this goes to 1 up and 1 to the right. But in our equation, we have a slope of 4. So is 1 over 1 the same as a slope of 4? No, it isn't. So, if we get a rise over run, because our slope from our equation is 4 over 1, right? Slope of 4, rise of 4, run of 1. So somehow, we have to make our slope of 4 come out so we're going up 1 grid line and over 1 grid line.
Divide by 4 over 1.
Divide by 4 over 1. Well, we can't do that, because we have to have the same value for our slope, so we'd have to multiply it by some form of 1. So, everyone take a look at what our y scale is going by.
Hundreds.
Hundreds. So when we move up one grid line, how far are we really going?
100. So
Mm-hmm.
it's technically 400 over 100.
Right, so when we go from 0, 300 to 100, 700, we're really going up 400. And how far to the right are we going over?
100. No, 100.
What's our x scale going by?
25.
Right, so if we go up there, we have up by 100, is that what we said? Over 100. So we get 400 over 100. So what does our new slope tell us, or what does it say?
That the y is going up by 400.
Yep, so we start here at our y-intercept. We go up a value of 400, so we go up to 700. Then we move over 100 or value, right? So from 300 to 700, there's the difference of 400. And then we have 0 to 100. That's where our 100 comes in. So we identified our slope. What is our slope again?
So I'm confused, Mr. Conlon. If we are going to rename it as 400 over 100, does that mean we're going to go 400 grid lines or and over 100, or what are we going to do? Class, can you help out?
Well, if your slope is 4 and your new slope is 400, you just go up like, or y is going up by 100, so you go up 400, so it'd be going, like saying you're going only 4 grid lines. So we start with a rise of 4 and a run of 1, and then we multiply by 100, and so you just go up the same as 4, and then you go over to your count of 100.
Okay, so every time we make points, we're going to go up 4 over 4 instead of up 4 over 1? I'm not sure we're understanding yet why and how we would do this. So if we went up 4 and over 4 to get to that point, that simplifies to up 1 over 1. Going up 1 is really the same as going up how much? Is it going up $1? It's really the same as going up $100. And what is going over 1 the same as? 25 what? I mean, one grid line is what? 25 what? We're really going over 25 square feet at a time, okay? So if our slope was 4 over 1, how can we rename our slope 4 over 1 so that it would become 100? Can I have you erase the times 100 over 100
Yep.
right now? Thank you. Okay, everybody erase. Let's make our papers look like this for a bit, okay? So if we went up 4 over 4 to get to that point, we said we could simplify that to up 1 over 1. Up 1 really means $100 at a time. Over 1 really means 25 square feet at a time. But yet our slope is really 4 over 1. So we need to rename our slope so it matches that. What could we do to 4 over 1 that would help it look like 100 over 25? Any ideas? Everybody come up with an idea on your own before we even share it. What could you do to 4 over 1 that would rename it as 100 over 25? Okay, new voice. I wanna hear from somebody we haven't heard from. Josh. Multiply both the numerator and the denominator by 25, and because we don't really change its value, we just change its name by doing that, because we're really multiplying by 1, 25 over 25. And 4 times 25 upstairs is 100, and 1 times 25 downstairs is 25. Okay, so now, on the actual graph, what would a slope of 100 over 25 look like? Would we go up 100 grid lines? Would we go up 100 grid lines? What would we go up? 1 grid line, right? Okay, so we're going to go up 1. And what does 25? Are we going to go over 25 grid lines? What are we going to do then? We're going to go over 1. So in reality, we're going to have to, if we had to graph this one on our own and we knew the y-intercept was at 300, we would say, oh, to make more points with a slope of 4 over 1, I'm going to have to rename it. Here's my new name for it. What does 100 over 25 tell me to do? Well, that tells me I better go up 1, that's $100, and over 1, that's 25 square feet. Okay, so maybe to the side of 100 over 25, you guys could put means up 1 over 1. I mean the word over. Sorry. I was going to let you use the arrows. So. Because you're going to have to do graphing today, and you're going to have to be able to do this. Often today, you're going to have to be able to read the slope according to the scales on the axes, okay? I think this was just, maybe just a little bit better for them to
Yeah.
understand, hopefully.
Yeah. All right. Letter C, identify our y-intercept and describe its meaning. I think we have a good handle on that. So tell me what is our y-intercept? Someone who hasn't spoken much today. Abby? Okay, so we have to identify it first, right? So what is our y-intercept? What's the value of it? Right, so B stands for our y-intercept, so B is 300. And now that first thing you said, what was it? No, not total cost. It stands for a kind of cost, but. Alright, so let's go back and look at our situation. So, we're putting in carpet, installation is $300, and then the carpeting costs $4 a square foot. So 300's in there. So what does that mean in regards to our y-intercept?
Let's write the ordered pair for the y-intercept. What's the ordered pair? Okay, so whatever we think about what it represents, we have to take into consideration the x and the y. The x represents how much again? What is that representing? What's x representing in this problem? Area in square feet. So look at there, it says there's 0 area. And 300, what's that representing? What their y's values representing? The total cost when, so in other words, 300 is the total cost when there's no area, when there's no square feet. So what do you think it is? They charged you $300 because you picked up orange carpet and they don't like orange? What's the deal? Yeah, it's the cost of the installation, isn't it? In other words, that's a one-time thing. They charge you $300 to be the installer. And then it goes up after that, right?
the last one here. And everyone's finishing up numbers, or letter C. Letter D says, in which directions is the graph extending? So if we go back and look up here, which way is it going? Up and right. So you can put up and to the right. So, why is it just those two directions? Because when we have a coordinate plane, isn't it, there are 4 quadrants, right? Michaela?
Because or else it would be negative, and it can be negative because the cost is going up.
Right, so, we have a base price of 300. So in the line going up means that the cost is becoming more expensive. So it doesn't make sense that we go below that, because that means that the people who are installing it are paying us money. That doesn't make sense. Then, so we took care of our up. How about going right? Why is it just going right?
This
Left is negative, right?
negative square feet goes down.
Right, so when we're talking about area, you can't have negative area, right? You can't say there's negative area of this when it actually occupies the space, right? So, we can say that one reason is you can't have negative area. So that's why we don't go up to the negative x. And then the other reason was the money. So another reason would be you can't go below 300 because that means they're giving us money, right? Anyone have any questions? Okay.